of truth. 144, chosen of the chosen few. You all know who you are, shining stars in the cosmos, the star seed family. And I'd especially like to dedicate it, as usually now, to the 5D 144 chosen ones, those of you of that ascension. Ashe, happy Friday the 13th. Happy still in this full moon energy. Happy whatever day this is for you. Happy divine feminine energy day on 10 times another 10. All right. So let me get right into it because, as usual, time is of the essence. And when I'm pushing time, the essence is real, true, and sublime in so many ways, right? It's very internal within the mind. Ashe. So, as usual, I am here to give you the news to infuse if you so choose to infuse with that light on the light grid. I am celestial earth and this divine energy essence of it all, reporting to you live from nowhere other than dimension number 5. Where else can we be? Get in, stand in here with me. Let's find our frequency. Let's get in and find this love frequency. It's a heart chakra day too. We on the third eye. For those of us who are working on the moon, we on our third eye. And today is Friday. So if you got the 5D calendar, Friday is always a heart chakra day. So the integration, the interaction of chakras right now is working with the heart, the third eye, and the heart, tapping into that expanded version of yourself, the upper chakras, right? So, but let me talk to you what I came here to talk to you about. Let's talk about this Friday the 13th. Really, what I want to talk about, I just noticed, thank you, Gloria, who sent me the information about Friday the 13th, which it's my daughter's birthday. So I knew it was the 13th, but sometimes it slipped me on what day it is, especially when I'm time pushing, because technically we're really on our Thursday, Ashe. So that connected back. This why each one reach one, teach one. This why we all got a piece of the puzzle for each other. So it connected back to the divine feminine energy that I had spoken about previously and said I wanted to do a separate video of, right? And I just had to throw out the live because y'all know I'm not techie and I don't got time for that technology work that I got to do to set a video. So we just gonna go live and give it to you straight. So for those who are there, let me ping my chosen ones. For those who are connected on the light grid, I'm speaking to you, and you. Light up, light up, light up. Tune in to tune up because we're gonna talk about these feminine energies and what I was seeing about why this feminine energy portal is so important. It's like a stargate because we're also working with the full moon. So there's that Luna, that's that feminine energy. And so we're working also with tapping into our subconscious. It's all like, it's like the portal is what an energetic portal, what an energetic hotspot right now. And it's really helping a lot of us tap into this feminine energy. So let me just get right into it. The feminine energies, from what I was seeing, is and what was being shared with me, and this is really important that we tap into our maternal lineage in your bloodline. And I'm not just talking about ancestrally, in your bloodline, in your cosmic bloodline, is what I'm hearing. It's funny, it's like the cosmic bloodline. In your cosmic bloodline, which is your energetic bloodline, and let's say I'm going to call it the silver cord, your connection where everything is coming through with your connection into this earth and what we have come to transcend and heal in this earth. It is really taking a lot of the feminine energy. So this is activating that feminine energy that is necessary right now. We literally was having a conversation about this earlier today, and the importance of it as it pertains not just to us individually, intrapersonally, but also collectively, interpersonally, from the macro to the micro, in multiple timelines, on multiple levels. Hear what I'm saying? I'm not speaking one dimensionally, I'm not speaking linear, I am speaking multi-dimensionally, quantum physically, spirally, right? And in all these multiple ways. for you to understand the magnitude of what is really happening. And when I say feminine, I'm not talking about females and males. This is not a gender thing, although the gender is a physical exemplification and replica, if you will, of these energies, right? We are physical manifestations and forms to express this masculine feminine energy, cosmically known as receptive and creative activity. What's happening right now is there is a stagnation with the masculine energy, whether it be physical males that are being held back, or the masculine energy in you, even as a woman, right? And there's this, and even in the collective, I'm seeing and hearing the collective ego. Even within the collective ego, there is something that is at a bit of a stagnation, right? Believe me, it's been coming along. Most of us already know that the divine feminine energy has really been pouring in a lot through these frequencies that have been opening up, through the age of the Aquarian, through the fifth dimensional frequencies. It has really been pouring up and pouring in, and it is a catalyst to the ascension, to the planetary ascension. It is a catalyst where the feminine energy is reclaiming its, I don't want to say dominion and dominance, because it's not about a dominance, but it is reclaiming its dominion, meaning its role that it plays in the receptive activity of the creativity of everything, because all creation comes out of receptivity. All that is manifested comes through that feminine energy of receptivity. Ashe? So it is being restored, because far too long the masculine energy has been misappropriating, and these are things we all know, we all hear about, so I don't have to go too deep into that. It is with understanding, especially to those who are of this nature, those of you who are even drawn to this, I know, to this channel, even you think on a very deeper level, and we are the few. That's why the numbers are few. Ashe? The masculine energies have been misappropriated, patriarchal rule and so forth, and since this turn of time, and since pretty much 2020, I want to say around May 2020, and I believe it was a Friday the 13th in May that kind of activated this as well. It was another major portal. For those of you, just to pinpoint around what time, this is how I always remember it. Those of you who may remember it, it was around the time that I believe Erykah Badu, and it was a strong feminine, divine feminine exemplification. I believe it was Erykah Badu and I think Jill Scott maybe, that was doing a verses. For those of you who remember the verses, I don't even know if they do that anymore. But it was around that time that this feminine energy, it was pouring in so heavy that I felt it on a level where I just became emotional. I even did a video about it, but not here on you. This was what we call this BY, before YouTube days, right? This was before I started doing YouTube. So in my other platform videos, I did one, and it was very raw. But anyhow, I digress. There's, from that point, this feminine energy has been pouring in very heavily, and it has been helping a lot of the divine masculine. Some of you may have been seeing the changes physically. So the divine masculine has been being restored, and we have been restoring the divine sacred union, right? And debunking all of that that's falling away with the old paradigm. That's that old masculine energy that no longer has power. It's fallen away, and in its healing, it's kind of wobbling right now. It's in stagnation, and the key to opening it, I say all this to say this, the key to opening it right now is the divine feminine, because the qualities of the divine feminine is memory. This is the key thing I want to talk about. Understanding, intuition, feelings, emotions, these are all aspects of and qualities of the divine feminine, but most importantly, memory. This is why in ancient times it was the women that carried on traditions, because the women, being the physical replication of the feminine energy, are the keepers of the memory. They carry it on. The subconscious, which represents feminine energy, is like the black box of the soul. All memories are stored there from multiple lifetimes. Ashe. So there are things there that need to be unlocked. Now, why I'm saying this, because the key to unlocking the key is going in and restoring this divine feminine. We're at a, why this stagnation is there, because it is now time for the divine feminine to kick it up a notch. And I mean the divine feminine in us all, whether you are male or female, but more specifically, yes, to the female role. This is why you have to play your role. No shot, no shade to, this is nothing about an agenda, right? There's no shot or no shade to that, but it's to understand, this is what a lot of people miss cue of, and that's a topic for another day. But it's important that we understand these roles and not pervert the ways or twist them because of human preferences. Let me say it that way. This is not about preferences, but understand, when you know these roles and you respect these roles, then you respect the energies and the frequencies of these roles. Ashe? So the feminine energy has to step up and has to hold a responsibility now to remove all old wounds, and not just from you personally in this lifetime, in your ancestral bloodline, as well as in your blood, your cosmic bloodline that holds the codes of your multiple past lives that have been imprinted into now. All of that, like I said, this is multidimensionally. So it is to go in whatever way that looks like. And these planetary alignments are helping us with our assignment. Believe me, Jupiter expansion into Cancer is going to help us with that. This whole year that it's going to be in Cancer, this is only the beginning. But it is expansion in what? The house of Cancer, which is the mother, which is the nurturing, which is the home life. Right? And when I say home life, it goes deeper than you think. It's not just what's in your house about you, how you take care of your household. We have to think deeper. This is about your familial home life, which feeds into the ancestral lineage. So there are some things within that arena that has to be addressed. Now, whether you can speak into these things or to another in these arenas, you have to be able to gauge that with wisdom. In some ways, you'll be able to go to a family member, to go to an elder and right the wrongs, whether they understand it or not. This is not a time for, well, they won't receive me or they're not going to get it. It doesn't matter. It is time to speak it into existence so that you can break the barriers in the energetic realm and unlock the codes where they need to be unlocked. That other person does not have to understand it. They don't have to get it. They don't have to understand it. They don't have to agree with it. But by you speaking it to them is allowing both you and them to bear witness to this and put it in on the table in the energetic field. And it is you acknowledging it. So let's say if you can't go to them, that's fine. You don't necessarily have to. It is about you acknowledging it and speaking it into the energy field and decreeing what you need to decree. With true heart vibrations, you can acknowledge it, have accountability for it, and with true responsibility, decree what you need to now decree and have an action plan to step into that, whatever that may look like for you. And also burn it up. Also, it's, as I say that, I literally burnt something today. It was like, you know what? This holds no truth resonance, because you may be holding on to things that because you hold it, it's still in the vibratory field. So you may need to write it down and burn it up as you are setting the decree. This is also an action step and taking accountability. And the reason why all of this is important is because as we are doing this, we are unlocking. Ooh, it's hard to find the words. I'm doing my best to explain this in a human mind concept. Words don't do it justice. But the reason why we're doing this is to break the multiple timelines of wounds that are holding back the message, that are holding the key. Once you do that, you release the key. And then you are able to receive the information, the memory codes that come with that. It's going to drop into your DNA like that. It's a DNA activation. And it's going to help you to, this is the responsibility of the divine feminine. Only the feminine energy can do it. Only she can do it. Only that divine feminine. This is why I was saying go into your lineage, into your maternal lineage, because that is where the memories are held. So even if you have to go into your father's lineage, it is to go into your father's mother or your father's grandmother. It is the maternal lineage that needs to be addressed, and the wounds need to be moved so that you can adhere to the information with fruition, and therefore be able to remove the blocks and the stagnation of the masculine energy that is within you, as well as what is within the familial lineage, as well as what is in the collective. Remember, intrapersonally as well as interpersonally. So utilize this feminine energy of the 13th of a Friday, 13th being a feminine number, Friday being the day of Venus, all of this feminine composition, the moon, all of that put together. It is going to free and allow the stagnation to be released of that masculine energy in you as well as around you. So it's really important that this is done right now as soon as possible. I would do it because utilizing the energies, this is how we work with the energies, using the potency of the energies that are supporting you right now through this double feminine elixir. Why did I say that word? I choked myself on that because it's not a word I normally use. So it's like, spirit is like, yeah, that word, let it out. So yeah, this double feminine elixir. Utilize it as a strong portal stargate that is going to amplify what it is that we need to do. Gain the instructions and do what must needs be done in the next level, in the interrelation of this masculine feminine energy, is to do away with the wars. These are not about the wars. This is not a time for the feminine, the female component to be stuck in, oh, but the man doesn't do this. Like I said, this is not a gender thing, but it is exemplified through the genders, if you get what I'm saying. It is go within first. It is very much an intrapersonal thing first, and dealing with that feminine energy within you, because even you as a woman, as a female, is holding up the divine masculine in you, which is the creative activity. So even if you're feeling a creative block, that's the block. Even if you're feeling any type of creative block, not just to create things, but to create means to do, the will to do. So that stagnation that you're feeling, that tug and go of to do or not to do, to get it done or not to get it done, and you kind of straddling the fence, and you kind of, he-ho, in and out. It is time to release the misappropriated ego. It is time to have a death to ego moment and not fear the death, because death means transition. There has to be a death to some part of this ego, even within the divine feminine, because if the wounds that are there, the misappropriated ego is holding those wounds. And so this is why it's important to release these wounds, to identify them, hold accountability, and truly release them. Truly free yourself and liberate yourself from them, knowing that these wounds are the very thing that are holding you back, that are holding back the creative force. To even if you're in a relationship and you're saying the man won't do this and that, you have a responsibility as a female component, and there's something that you need to do regardless of who started it. This is not about wars. This is about responsibility, and you elevate and amplify the potency of this energy when you take accountability regardless, and say, you know what, it's my time to heal the wounds that I need to heal, to unlock the codes that I need to unlock, so I can remove the masculine energy in me, so that it also frees up him as the component of the masculine energy as well. Because he's held, being that he's a male component of this masculine energy, he's held more paralyzed than you are. right? And I'm see if you can get what I'm saying, I'm flowing in and out with speaking about the energies as well as the physical bodies, because it's interrelative just like that. As within, so without. So as you're doing the work within you, then you will see the changes that will happen on the outside. He's waiting on you, even though you think you're waiting on him. Throw that pride out the window. And I'm saying that not only about the male that you're in a relationship with, but the male within you, the masculine energy within you. He's waiting on you. The responsibility of the feminine energy, because she holds the key. She is the key to unlocking the memory codes within. Ashe, I know I'm not, I know. Wait, where y'all at? Who is feeling this? I don't know how many is feeling this. I don't know if y'all probably listening so keenly that you not saying nothing, but I know you there. The hearts are pumping. Take a deep breath. It's serious, but it ain't that serious. I'm giving the message. Yes, utilize this portal. It's serious, but it's not that serious. Take a deep breath with me, y'all. Breathe in. This is a way that you can work these energies, working through the breath of life, speaking on the heart. The heart is the earth. Look at the letters. Heart and earth, same letters. Breathe in. The lungs are the heart chakra. When you breathe in understanding and release the will on the exhale. Gain your receptivity, the understanding. That's the feminine energy. Breathe in the feminine energy. Exhale the masculine energy. But for the masculine energy to do after being exhaled, it needs the inhalation of the feminine energy. So think of it like that. In order to complete this breath cycle, we need the feminine to inhale. We need the inhalation of the feminine energy to breathe in the divine, the understanding that is coming from the divinity, that is bringing the understandings from the soul star, from the cosmic bloodline into the body, bringing it into the heart, passing it on into the ancestral bloodline in the body, and giving it into the will to do. This is the will and understanding. That's what represents the heart chakra, will and understanding. Ashe. So this is, oh, great greetings. Welcome. Hi, Laura. Ashe, Ashe. See you in the meeting in a few today. I'm about to jump right into the meeting. I had to deliver this message before I go in the meeting. And I'm getting my, just to let y'all know, I didn't even get to touch one. I brought it out here so I could like eat and talk with y'all, but the message is so flowing, I couldn't stop to get my fruits. But this is what a third eye fruit dish look like. And I had to get it on because as it's my daughter's birthday, I had to have her cake with her, and I felt so wrong. I had the pizza with her and the cake, and it was like inside my body, it's like, now why you gonna do that, love, huh? Now why you gonna do that, huh? However that song goes, like, why you went and did that? Go get your fruits. You know what time it is. It's third eye day. Third eye heart day. Let's get it on. So we definitely got to talk about this some more. If there's any questions, feel free. I may definitely have to open up for some one-on-ones. So if you're looking for any one-on-ones to go deeper into this in your bloodline, to look at what it may be, to look at your natal chart, especially one-on-ones for the natal chart, because I'm all for helping those to understand their nativity scene. All right, we go over this in the chakra. I'm like, every day I'm like, did you look at your, in the workshop, who looked at their natal chart? Did you get to look at your natal chart? It's really important to understand what these energies are saying to you as they are guiding us through, right? And right now there is a message that is happening with this feminine energy, and we need to unlock these codes. So get off of your pride is what I was saying to wrap this up and remind us. Please get off your pride. Allow vulnerability, which is a feminine quality, to lead you into your humility so you can humbleize your ego. Humbleize your ego so that you can put that ego down, right? Not the entire ego, just the misappropriated ego. And we're going to have a conversation about that too. We got to talk about what this ego is doing and saying, and how we have to really come out of the ignorance of what we think we know about the ego. because there is a dualistic aspect to this ego, so we can understand it. Anywho, and this ego has to do with a lot of stagnation of the masculine energy. That's why we have to remove the wounds, because as long as the wound is there, the ego is geared. It's geared up to protect. That's its natural instinct, is to protect. And the misappropriated, it gives the misappropriated ego a reason to stay in that stagnation. This is why it's important for us to remove those wounds above and below anything else. Go in and find where these wounds are, deep at the core within you. Let this full moon take you there. We're still in the energy of the full moon. 3 days before, 3 days after is when it's most potent. You have up until a week. Some of you will feel the energies like a week before and up until a week after. Some people 2 weeks. But it's most potent when it's closer to the moon. So I'm inviting you to do it now and soon, in this now moment. Get your book out, get your notebook, start to write down whatever is coming up for you, but find where these wounds are within you and within your bloodline, and where you may possibly be seeing it in your cosmic bloodline, which is multiple lifetimes. And really quick, to show you what that looks like, I shared this in the meeting and I'm going to share it with you all. If you want to know what your cosmic trauma is, just look for the repetitive pattern. Let me just keep it simple. If you can't get to a regression therapy to get the answers, you can find what these are by looking at your life and what it has been showing you. So whatever the repetitive pattern is in your life, that is your karmic trauma. That is what you have come here to learn. Whatever that thing is that you keep saying, this keeps happening to me. Look at that very carefully, because chances are, most likely, you were the perpetrator of this same thing in previous lifetimes, in a previous lifetime or previous lifetimes. And you are here to recognize it. That's why it keeps happening. So that you can recognize it and then hold accountability, truly hold accountability, and release it by acknowledging it and apologizing for it, not because it needs your apology, but you set ripples in the dimensional multiple timelines by sending that out in the ethers. And then you rectify this karmic imprint that you've been walking with. So that is one thing that you can do to work on it through your cosmic bloodline. Again, this is all feminine energy because it's the memories that you're working with, right? And we'll have to have a whole nother conversation to go in deeper about that, right? Let me know if you want a workshop on that. We got some workshops that got to come up to explain that. Ashe? Let me see what time. It's time for me to go in. It's time for me to go in. Ready to go clean up those timelines. Yes. Sweep them out. Sweep them out. Clear them out. Clear them out. Ashe? So I'm going to leave it right there. I had to give that to you now. If any questions or you want to reach me, you can reach me at akilahtextri@gmail.com, akilahtextri@gmail.com. If you're looking for the calendars at a 5D corner near you, or if you're looking for a workshop or you want a one-on-one, that is where you can find me. And with that said, please enjoy the rest of your Friday the 13th double elixir of the divine feminine, and enjoy you in your true blue. Be true to you. With that said, each one reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start, start in your big beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out. Be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. Peace, love, and light. Ashe. Yum yum.